This is the Balanced Scorecard, which was developed by Kaplan and Neaton in 1992 initially, and they decided that rather than looking at just one aspect, traditionally organizations have only used financial aspects when it comes to performance evaluation. So they would use ratios, how much each department has produced as a result of their cost. So cost versus sales, cost versus development, cost versus training. However, they mentioned three other areas which organizations need to look at to become successful in the long term. Difference between budgeting and Balanced Scorecard, one of the main differences, that budgeting focuses on the short term, 1 year, maybe 2 years, but Balanced Scorecard focuses more on the long-term success of the organization. Financial is still there. It's a very important part of Balanced Scorecard, but then the other parts are equally valid. So the first one on is financial perspective. This looks at on the ratios. Just like previously we have done, we would talk about ROCE, residual income, economic value added. ROCE, net profit margin, liquidity, gearing, or operating cash cycle. All of these are financial perspectives, and we would still look at these. But before, if you only focus on financial perspective, then you ignore other elements which are more important for the long-term survival of the business. Financial perspective are important for short-term and long-term, but sometimes managers, they achieve their target at the expense of long-term benefits of the organization. So that is the problem with only focusing on financial perspective. They're still very important, but not at the expense of others. So many KPIs organizations have are financials, but then there are many KPIs which are non-financial as well. The other perspective which Balanced Scorecard looks into is customer perspective, and this could be an aim. So each organization is going to set their objectives. That what are our objectives in this area? So this could be our customer satisfaction, which could be our new customers, how many customers come back to us, repeat business, and so on, and profitability per customer. So there could be many objectives, and then there'll be strategies to achieve those objectives in each area. Internal business processes focus on how we do things. Two organizations produce exactly the same thing, but one organization is able to produce it far more cheaper than the other organization, or one organization is able to produce it far more quicker than the other, or the quality is much better than the other organizations. Our internal business processes could become a source of competitive edge in the market. So if you can improve your internal business processes, you can actually succeed in the longer term. So this would involve investment in training staff, investment in acquiring more equipment, new machinery, new softwares, and adopting the processes. For example, Balanced Scorecard itself is a process. Just in time we have talked about. These are the processes which can enhance productivity and the success of the business. Next is learning and growth perspective, which is basically how we are developing new skills, new products, and how much we are investing in our research and development budget. This could be achieved by increasing employees' capabilities, information system capabilities, and motivation, empowerment, and alignment. You may think that these internal business process and learning and growth perspectives kind of linked. If you learn, then your processes are going to improve. If you develop new products, your processes are going to improve. All of these are actually linked in a way, and they can all lead to organizations benefit or growth in the long term. All of the other three aspects, they eventually will benefit us financially, which is the ultimate measure of an organizational success. This is an adopted version for Tesco. This doesn't look like Balanced Scorecard at all, but the principle is same. So what Kaplan and Norton did, they developed bespoke models which were based on Balanced Scorecard, and they made those models for each organization. They made quite a lot of money in doing so.